Yesterday, Republicans in the Senate once again filibustered the John Lewis Advancement of Voting Rights Act, which means, once again, the legislation has to go back. Nothing can move forward. Chuck Schumer, of course, flipped his vote again to not break the filibuster so that he could bring it up again. As I've said, I'm not even sure how or why that works that way, but whatever it is, sure. Filibuster stays in place. Voting rights do not get expanded here in the United States, and Democrats suffer their fourth loss on this one issue. This is the fourth time they have tried to break the filibuster for this Voting Rights Act, and it's the fourth time they have failed. And sure, it's the Republicans doing the filibustering. That's still a Democratic failure, and we all know why. With the way the Senate is split, 50-50, Democrats have the majority, even though they don't actually have a majority. They can't get anything done. They can't break a filibuster. They can't even get members of their own party to, vote on their own legislation. But this was a piece of legislation, the Voting Rights Act, where the Democrats were pretty much universally in line. All they had to do was get rid of the filibuster. And it's time for that. Because if they do not get rid of this filibuster, this piece of legislation is never going to see the light of day. It's never going to become a law here in the United States, and you're going to continue to disgrace the legacy of John Lewis. That's what this is about too. That's why you named it after him. Trying to honor him. Trying to make it to where history remembers him. And you're failing him. But more importantly, you're failing the American people. This piece of legislation could help undo all of the oppressive voter suppression laws we have seen coming from Republican-controlled states this year. Georgia, Florida, Texas. All states that, by the way, in 2024 could go blue. I know Texas is a little bit of a longer shot. Florida's still considered a swing state. Georgia did go blue in 2020. But all three of these states have passed voter suppression bills in order to prevent the leftward shift that all of the Republicans in the state see happening. But Democrats cannot make any headway on this issue if they do not kill the filibuster. It's gotten so bad that even Biden, after the third time Democrats couldn't break the filibuster on this, said that he was open to reform. Didn't say he was open to killing it, but open to reforming it. The fact is, the filibuster is an archaic leftover of a different era. An era that basically wanted to preserve some of America's worst traits. And if you don't know the history of it, I suggest you go back and look at it. It's not pretty. We don't need the filibuster anymore. And I know a lot of the liberals out there want to say, but Farron, the Republicans are going to do horrible things if we get rid of the filibuster and we can't stop them. The Republicans are going to do horrible things with or without the filibuster. We've seen that. I'm not worried at all. Not to mention the fact that if Democrats can't do any good things, then what's the point? They're not going to win anyway. Republicans are going to get the majorities. Then they're still going to do the horrible things. Kill the filibuster, pass this bill, then get to work on the next issue that's going to benefit the American public, and watch how quickly those sagging poll numbers for the Democratic Party start to climb.